Howdy guys, Bookie Laura here. I have been powering away with my mini review series, and this is my, I don't even know which number video, but this is the next video in my mini reviews this year. For those of you who don't know, I am planning, or currently succeeding in making a book review, a 1-minute book review of every single book that I read in 2018. So every time I tackle 3 books, I take the time to do a 1-minute review to summarise the plot and to tell you what I thought of it. It's quite challenging, but I'm doing okay, I think, and actually I really enjoy the fact that I am reviewing every single book that I read, but also avoiding those sort of annoying wrap-ups and stuff. It's fulfilling that need in my heart. Right, so the first book that I read this month was Cogheart by Peter Bunzl. This is basically about a girl, I think she was called Lily, yes she was, and her father is attacked and then seemingly dies, and she basically finds out that she has to escape from the guys that killed him, and they want to kill her too, and it's her escape and all sorts of drama and adventure. I really enjoyed this. I think I gave it 4 stars. It was an enjoyable enough book. For me, I think what always appeals to me with middle grade literature is friendship. There is a really strong friendship told about her and a character called Robert who she meets, but also these kind of animal, this little foxy that they meet along the way too. I was surprised by how dark it was. Like, for children's literature there was a lot of death and destruction, and I was quite surprised by how dark it was, so that's all I have to say about that. And I was really equally pleased because it didn't feel predictable. I think it didn't feel predictable because of that dark element. I mean, I don't want to spoil stuff, but often there would be events that were happening and you think, oh yeah, I know how this is going to go, but it wouldn't. It would go a sort of darker route than you expected, so that was awesome. After that, I read The Humans by Matt Haig, which I picked up in my library. This basically tells the story of a guy, Professor Andrew Martin, who one day wakes up and appears to have had some sort of mental breakdown. Like, everything is unusual to him and he feels like he's an alien in this world, and he just doesn't connect with all the stuff of humanity which he used to. And it's his sort of discovery. I think at the start I wasn't sure whether it was the story of an alien or whether it was the story of somebody believing that they were an alien, but that's sort of rectified quite quickly and clarified. What I really liked about this was the mental health message. Oh, my bookmark. I know that Matt Haig does a lot of books that have strong mental health messages, and I really need those at the moment, so that was really positive for me. I really liked the way it was told from the perspective of this alien, and he was looking at a lot of human stuff and finding it hard to get his head round. But so the way he would explain it was just quite beautiful, and made you think about how you relate to those sorts of things in the world, and actually something so simple like love or friendship can just be such an abstract concept, and when you actually think about it, it's amazing. It's a beautiful book. I think everyone should read it. And last but not least, I read Immortal Creators by Jill Bowers, which I read on my Kindle. I got a free copy of this via NetGalley, and I read the first book in the series, I think earlier this year. So you might want to go watch my review of that. I found this book basically the same as I found the first one. Like, it's all right, but it just doesn't set my world alight. I found the beginning I haven't told you anything about what this is about. Okay, so it's basically about a world where people who are really good writers become immortal, and then they go to this castle and they have to fight the baddies in the book because they created them and they need to fix that. Anyway, moving on. I found the start really disjointed and unsettling, and it felt like a really immature writing style. As it went on, I think you get more invested in the story, so that doesn't feel as strong, but I think it just feels too abstract for me. It just doesn't feel realistic. And that sounds crazy when you're talking about something that's science fiction or fantasy, but it still needs to feel like the characters are real, and they always feel very, very sort of one-dimensional, very fake, and I don't enjoy that. I enjoyed it more than the first book in the series because it had a sci-fi element. The first one was about dragons and stuff. This was about aliens and stuff, which is more up my street, but I just don't dig the style 100%. So those are the next 3 books that I read. Have you read any of them? Let me know. If you've read anything else by Matt Haig, I'd be really interested to know, because I really enjoyed this, and I feel like actually he might be an author that's, you know, really good, that I really enjoy, but also really good for me in the messages that he sends, so I'd be really interested to know about that. yeah, nothing else to say really. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.